I thought what we'd do is we'd have a chat about a new channel that I set up about a week ago. So last Tuesday, it's Monday evening, isn't it now? So last Tuesday, I set up a brand new channel and decided to do it in the most competitive, or one of the most competitive niches on the platform, which is the whole woo stuff. You know how deeply spiritual I am. So I thought I'll go for yoga, I'll go for meditation, I'll go for I can't even remember the names, mindfulness, guided meditations, sleep, music, anything which is basically spiritual, because there's a heck of a lot of competition out there. If you look at the numbers, I think this weight loss and some of the other sort of weird things like slime are hugely competitive. So I thought, let's go for that, and let's see if we can get some traction in that space, because if you can get some traction in that space, then you can get traction in pretty much any space or niche. So let's have a look at how the channel is performing, and what you need to do really before you go live with your YouTube presence. I was talking to a lovely client earlier on today, and we were talking about when the YouTube channel is launched. And I think channels, very much like websites, are rarely launched. I mean, what do? Call Saatchi and Saatchi in, get the TV advertising going. Don't forget that there's no point having tube ads nowadays, is there? Or stuff at Heathrow on the escalators or on the walkways. They're not so much launched as they go live, and then eventually people either find them or don't find them. Unfortunately, quite often people don't find them. So one of the things that we need to think about when you go live with a YouTube channel or with a website is, how are people going to find the channel or the website? Because my guess is you don't have a couple of million in PR budget. So the first thing to do is to think, what are people looking for, and how can I deliver what they're looking for in a way that it makes it easy for them to find my stuff in search. So to summarize, it's always flip the supply and demand curve and look at demand and supply. I used to say when I did stuff from stage, find out what they want, give it to them, rinse, repeat, buy a big house. And it really is kind of that simple. Find things that people are looking for. So I know, having looked at the numbers behind the scenes, that there's plenty of people searching for yoga music, guided meditations, sleep music, and all that kind of stuff. The challenge is then to produce a channel that will ultimately attract people searching for those terms. So another thing to mention, by the way, people usually talk about traffic. It's something which I try not to do, because when you say traffic, it makes it sound like it's some kind of automatic process, and that traffic is a commodity. Well, traffic really just means people looking. So what you're trying to do is connect with people and have people find your content, in this case videos, and consume it. So rather than traffic, what we're doing is we're looking for people, we're looking for visitors. What we serve up to them when they do find us, we'll talk about in a minute, because since setting this channel up, I think I've made 30 odd videos. I haven't watched any of them, to be honest, but it's not about me, it's about what the viewers, the potential viewers, are going to want. So let's have a look at what you do when you set a channel up from scratch. Obviously there won't be any subscribers, there won't be any heritage in the channel, there won't be anything there that you can build on. You're starting from scratch. There's a few things that you need to do. First thing is to get some branding up, and in YouTube terms, that is get a piece of channel art, as they call it, which is a graphic that can go at the top of the channel. Now I called mine Future Independent Media Productions, mainly because I've got an old domain name which I've had for years, parked, FIMPS.com. So it's a nice short domain name. I thought one day I'll get around to using it, so I thought I'll set a new channel up, and I'll probably have a website for it eventually called FIMPS.com. come out with the tagline, sights and sounds for life. Kind of nebulous throwaway tagline, isn't it? Doesn't really matter, but you just need something up here that makes it look like you've spent so put some effort into the branding, and by effort I do mean a very little effort in my case. You need a profile picture. Again, I've got something quite zen because my niche is something in the, I don't know, Zenish type space. I'm struggling for words because I don't really understand this space very well. So get something up there that represents your brand, and then what you want to do is upload some videos. Many people start a YouTube channel and they don't have any content there for a long time, so people will land on the channel and think, nothing going on here, and therefore won't subscribe and won't hang around on the channel. So try and get some videos up there. I think I got, I don't know, is it 20 or 30 of them uploaded and then put into playlists. I'll probably cover playlists ad nauseum on another session because playlists are really important. They're considered an asset by YouTube. When you upload a video, YouTube tags it and gives it an asset reference, and monitors activity and visitors that go to your channel as a result of that asset being present. Playlists are actually considered assets. So one of the things you can do if you've already got a YouTube channel with videos and you're not getting very many views is simply create some playlists and optimize them for the keywords that you hope people will be looking for. So playlists I've put on the front of my channel. So we've got playlists here. These are ones which I've uploaded, recent uploads. I've got a playlist for yoga music, I've got a playlist for sleep music, a playlist for slow music. And I'll show you why I've got slow music in a moment. Study music, positive affirmations, guided sleep meditations, and there's even a guided sleep meditation in Spanish, because another thing that people often forget is that not everybody speaks English. Lots of people speak other languages. And Spanish is always a good second language because there's a large Spanish-speaking presence on the internet. Lots of people in America also speak Spanish. So little tip there, doesn't always have to be in English. So that's been up for about a week. Lots of videos, hardly any traffic or visitors, as we now call them, yet, for obvious reasons. It's going to take a month or possibly several months for the algorithm to even notice that we're around. But let's have a quick look in the analytics. This is what's really good about YouTube, is it tells you pretty much all you need to know in the numbers. So go to go to YouTube Studio, and then go into analytics. Haha, numbers. Look at this. So we've got a grand total of 3 subscribers. Now I deliberately haven't shared this channel around or posted the link on Facebook because I don't want everybody, all my friends, going there and subscribing. But I just want to show you how we're starting to attract visitors already. 19 views in the last couple of days. Well, whoopie-doo, we're not going to get rich on that, are we? But I expect that to grow over time. But more importantly, let's have a look at what clues we're getting as to what's working and what's not already. And I have to say this is silly, really, looking at the analytics after less than a week. We'd really want to give it a few months for things to bed in. But there's a few things that straight away we can tell perhaps can be improved. Go and have a look in reach. Reach is great, and it's a relatively new feature in YouTube that tells you how many people are seeing your thumbnails or seeing your videos, and how many people are, having seen them, choosing to click on them. And that's called, not surprisingly, the click-through rate. Now, click-through rate of 2% is terrible. It really isn't good. We want to be getting that up to 10% or even north of 10%. But 2% means one of two things. It means that either the thumbnails are rubbish or the titles are rubbish. Now, I didn't spend long designing the thumbnails, so my strong guess here is that the thumbnails could do with some work. I mean, there there's no strong branding across them. They're not particularly, I didn't spend very long designing them. So thumbnails would be something to improve. And I know that because of this 2%. You can actually often double the amount of people that watch your videos just by improving thumbnails. So again, if you've got a channel that's not doing too well, go and have a look at this click-through rate. And if it's low, then have a look at redesigning some of your thumbnails. You can see that the traffic sources we've got here are mainly from search, which is good. In the early days of a channel, you want to be looking to get most of your traffic from search, and you'll be getting most of your traffic from search when you concentrate on getting the titles right. I've covered that, I think, in another session. 42%. Over time, I would want the suggested videos and the browse features to start overtaking the search. Down here, it actually tells us where or what people are searching for in order to find my videos. So I can see here that there seems to be quite a lot of interest in slow music, whatever that is. But what do? You find out what they want, and then you give it to them. So if people are saying, I want slow music because they're searching for it, then produce some videos optimized around slow music, which is the reason that on the front page I had a playlist of videos called slow music. So there's probably not a great deal else that we can say here. I'll just have a quick look through some of the other tabs. At this stage, it's far too early to tell whether or not we've got more males than females watching, or where people are and age and gender and all that kind of stuff. So it's far too early. But just to summarize, if you're starting out, then you want to be uploading videos before you launch or go live or turn your channel on, and you want to check and make sure that you're getting good search volumes, that your thumbnails are good, and most importantly, that you're not going to give up, because this is going to take a while. This is a long-term project, and one reason for setting this channel up and talking to you about it is to let you know that, you know, when you start off, it's bleak, it can feel quite lonely. Now, there are no guarantees of success. So if you're going to do YouTube, have you got the staying power to shout into the void for long enough to become successful? If not, probably better not to do YouTube, to be honest. If you do want to do YouTube, then let me know. If you want some help, then drop me a PM, or I don't know, stick something on Facebook or whatever. That is it for me. Have a wonderful day. Again, nice to hear from you, Chelsea, and enjoy your tea. All the best. Bye for now.